What's going on, Geekdom? This is Chipmunk doing another reaction. This time I'm doing a reaction for ViniiTube's Top 10 Most Epic Anime Fights of 2020 Volume 2. Yeah, this should be interesting. Most of the animes and stuff I've watched for 2020 have not been any shonen of like fighting action animes. Most of the stuff I've seen were all slice of life comedies and stuff like that. I'm supposed to be watching Tower of God and stuff like that, but trying to watch it on Crunchyroll is difficult for some reason. But I will definitely love to check out some of these animes and stuff, just see exactly what ones he has. And again, these are his opinions of his top 10 favorites, so it may not be yours, it may not be anyone else's, but this is just his ideas of the best, and probably some stuff that he's pulled from other things and stuff for reasons why he chose these as the top 10 most epic fights for his volume 2. So if it's not in volume 2, you probably can look in volume 1 to see if some of your favorite fights are in there. But yeah, let's go ahead and check this out.
Now, I won't keep you waiting, and for this list I'll be going through another series of 10 fights that you might want to look out for. It goes without saying that just like the first video, this video will contain spoilers. I'll try to keep them down as much as I can though, so that you can watch the video and go and enjoy the featured anime in full.
Never heard of this anime.
Now this feels like a new thing. A railgun fight that has Misaka playing the antagonist role. Against her is the unlikely pairing of Doma and Gunna. To think of it, the level 0 and the level 5 make an excellent complementary team. Doma takes care of the magical stuff while Gunna just smacks the physical attacks around. Still, a dream team up like that finds itself in a tough pickle against Misaka, who continues on with her Aizen-like state of constantly evolving mid-fight. This fight got us some cool moments, like Doma unleashing those dragons that look out of place and so fitting in the Doaru-verse at the same time. You know, Misaka doesn't get enough credit, but I think that this fight shows just how strong she really can be in the grand scale of things. Maybe because we just know Misaka for doing electromagnetic stuff and shooting a laser beam from her finger, which looks underwhelming in a world where the strongest people have reality warping powers. But when you look at this fight, it pretty much took the mainline series main character and 2 level 5s to bring her back to normal. Not beat her, mind you, just bring her back to normal.
I don't know. One Piece. Never was a big fan of One Piece. Sorry for those who are.
Of One Piece comes in the form of Zoro versus Gamazo. It's a brutal showdown between multi-wielders that gave us some of the best fight animations and adaptations in this year for One Piece.
But some of the characters that I liked in One Piece, most people don't really care about.
Nonetheless, you can't deny that the effects did add quite a bit to the fight, which is already an amazing display of Zoro's prowess. Catching up to One Piece is a ginormous task, but now you know what's in store. The animation in the Wano arc has been pretty spot on. There's a reason why the series is still one of the biggest ones worldwide, and while I don't think that the fights are the primary reasons for that, they sure play a decently major part.
I would say that One Piece does have a lot of great fights on there for their series. Sword Art Online. I think after season 2 I stopped watching Sword Art.
Season had its moments with its fights, and while I enjoyed a lot of them, I think that it would be a shame not to include the finale on a top 10 list. On the first list, I gave the nod to the Berkoli fight for the sheer awesomeness of the cool uncle mentor character being badass and its breathtaking animation. However, on a personal basis, this is the fight that I go back to once in a while to rewatch. Kirito versus Subtilizer is probably one of the best finales a fan of the series can ask for. We get to see Kirito firing off the culmination of all his experiences and skills obtained in Underworld, as well as updated callbacks to when the series was the hottest thing in town, like the Starburst dream while in his signature old attire. And don't tell me you don't get a little bit emotional when Kirito took the thoughts and prayers of every single living being in Underworld in the form of stars to unleash his final attack. I think the one thing that seriously holds this fight back is the lack of a connection between the two combatants. They're just fighting each other for the sake of protecting or destroying this world, and it would have been better if Subtilizer was someone Kirito had a personal stake with. Fog Hill returns with a second fight to make the list. It's really telling when your anime with less episodes than one hand can count already has 2 fights that I can claim are some of the top fights in 2020, but Fog Hill of 5 Elements did it. For today I'm featuring the bridge fight, which is really no slouch compared to the one I featured on the previous list. If you recall, I did feature this one on yet another list, but I think that it just holds up so well to have it on multiple lists. Even when you look at 2020 as a whole, I still find this so exhilarating, and the fact that it's on a show that's not being watched by many is just the icing on top. Fog Hill is not a huge time investment, so I really encourage you to give it a try. The story's decent, but when it comes to the animation and fight scenes, it's outright top tier even in 2020 as a whole.
Oh, this shit looks really good.
If you want me to name a hidden gem this year with respect to the anime's overall popularity and the quality of fight scenes, then Hitori Noshita would find its way to the top of the list. It's a serious contender for topping that list outright. If you don't believe me, let the clip do the talking for me then. To the animator's credit, the research really shows. I honestly believe it's one of the strongest points of the series. The guys doing the animating really know their stuff. In Hitori Noshita, you can really feel a sense of realism in its combat scenes. Just watch and tell me if you agree with what I see. You can really feel the impact of each blow here. If you consider yourself a martial arts aficionado, you might want to try Hitori Noshita out. However, I'd recommend not watching this just for the fights and starting all the way back at its first season.
Oh, it looks pretty cool. I would definitely check that one out.
Danmachi has its fair share of great fights in its seasonal runs, and this year we got another treat in the form of Belle's fight against Asterius. Personally, I think that Belle really works well as an underdog in his fights, and this one is no exception. There's just something about the plucky underdog appeal that Belle has, especially contrasted to the other characters that his voice actor is famous for voicing. It opens up a rarely seen intensity that the voice actor does so well at conveying. It really adds to the desperation that the fight tries to present. Great sound direction and excellent animation make this one of the best fights of 2020, no doubt. The fight itself is no slouch as well. People have been joking that this fight is where the season's budget went, and you know what, I actually agree. On another note, this fight begs the question of how many more times Belle and his favourite Minotaur opponent are gonna fight.
Oh, this one is cool. Oh, Fire Force. I didn't see the latest season for Fire Force.
just ended, but months before it did, it gave us an amazing fight with Joker fighting Soul Commander.
I want to say latest.
Would it be a pun to say that this season of Fire Force has been lit? I've always liked the series, and it didn't disappoint with the overall improved quality that this season has compared to the first one. Well, I guess that's debatable. I personally like the developments more in the first part, but the second part gets it right with the fights. Now, enough of that, and I'll let you enjoy the actual battle between Joker and Soul Commander. This is a particularly good one for me because Joker's one of my favourite characters in the show, and seeing him in action is always a pleasing sight to behold. It also helps that the fight is full of moments that will have you jumping out of your seats, or at least widening your eyes, just saying,
so much that I'm doing
Joker's
is hard to
voice
try to
actor
finish the
also
series.
nailed it in this scene. Joker may or may not be your favourite
But I'll definitely
anti-hero,
check out the
but
next
his presence
season
in Fire
because
Force
it's
is
been
a
an
much
interesting show.
appreciated one.
It's not one of my favorite series, but it's an interesting show.
'20's My Hero Academia has had some great fights. After featuring Endeavor's fight, it's time to look at Deku versus Overhaul. Overhaul's one tough cookie, and given how overpowered his abilities are, wondering how he would be defeated is one of the things that kept me watching the latest season of My Hero Academia. For one, I knew that it had to be Deku to beat him as per shonen anime standards, but given how Deku's attacks play into the villain's speciality, I was really curious as to how Overhaul would be beaten. Turns out the old adage is true. If you don't beat someone the first time around, you're just not using enough firepower. Thankfully, Deku got his from Aries' quirk that allowed him to unleash One for All at his full 100%, finally breaking through Overhaul's regenerative capabilities, new form or not. Overcoming Overhaul's recovery cooldown with the rate of his attacks, Deku was able to put down the villain for good by just hitting fast and hard. It may sound simple on paper, but wait till you see the scene. I just had goosebumps looking at how the fight finished in the anime, and it's still a fight that I get back to every now and then.
I suppose we're watching this series as well. I haven't gotten the chance to start it yet.
Encapsulating the craziness that goes on in God of High School. It's a battle of the gods, quite literally. In this showdown that features a lot of grappling, striking, transformations, and two fighters just throwing whatever supernatural god powers they have at each other. It's a decently long fight that has some cool stuff in it, but honestly speaking, I'm more surprised that the ring remained intact after all of that. The story for God of High School might not be too accurate of an adaptation of the webtoon, but the animation is something to live for. This, my friends, is anime in 2020. Is it the best fight in the series? Well, not for me. I mean, it's in the second volume of the list, not the first. But, damn, it's an awesome fight.
I haven't heard of this one either. This one looks pretty cool though.
The biggest upstart in the shonen scene deserves a featured fight on the list. While people have been raving over the Gojo fight for an extended period of time, I think that the fight against Mahito doesn't get enough credit. It didn't blow the internet up like Gojo's fight did, but I would say that this fight can go toe-to-toe with that one, and as a finale to the first part of Jujutsu Kaisen, I think he did a damn good job. The previous fight shows us the first major display of Nanami's abilities when he takes on Mahito in a chaotic fight that gets interrupted. He does get to show off his time-based abilities, and you gotta wonder what can top that. Well, it turns out it's having the main character join the fray in a fight that Mahito still looks to be in control of, despite the numbers disadvantage. Throw in some god-tier animation and very creative powers, and it comes as no surprise how Jujutsu Kaisen has quickly risen to the top of the shonen anime rankings. It's an amazing finish too, with Yuji powering his way into domain expansion, saving his mentor, and finishing the battle with a decisive victory. With that, we end this list. Feel free to comment on any other fights you think deserve to be on this list.
Alright, so that was ViniiTube's Top 10 Most Epic Anime Fights of 2020 Volume 2. I found this list very interesting. Yeah, definitely am going to see exactly what he put for Volume 1. Some of these animes look pretty nice. I would definitely check some of these out. I don't watch a lot of shonen animes just because they have been, there's been a lot for me that's been disappointing as far as shonen animes go. But I was definitely going to check out, because I still have some on my list and stuff that I need to finish and need to go through. Like, I need to finish Fire Force, because I've been watching that series, but it's been months. It's taken me a long time to finish it. But that one, I already finished Demon Slayer. I watched that one last year. But I was trying to plan on watching Tower of God, and also plan on watching dang it, I forgot it again for some reason. But the one for the high school, whatever. I was planning on watching that one. I have a list of animes that I need to watch and finish. If there are shonen anime that you think I should check out and watch that I might like, you can comment down below, and I'll definitely look into those and trailers and stuff and see how they are. Because I don't mind shonen animes, just a whole bunch of them been disappointing to me, sadly. And the ones to me that's been disappointing were like One Piece, Bleach. And the only reason for Bleach was just because after what was his name? Was it Kaisen? What Aizen? After he had left, and then they did the whole thing with the dolls. It fell off for me after that. But yeah. But there's a lot of shonen animes that I do really like, and I like Naruto is one of my favorites. My Hero Academia is also one of my favorites. So it's shonen animes that I do enjoy. So I'm not a big hater on that genre of anime. But let me know if you like this video. And also check out ViniiTube. ViniiTube, I think some of his picks are always interesting. That's the reason why I like doing or watching his top 10s. It's just because some of the ones he does pick are pretty interesting. So go ahead and check ViniiTube out if you haven't already, because most of everybody probably has. But if you haven't, check out ViniiTube. But yeah, if you like this video, please put a like on the video. If you like, subscribe and see some more of my content, please do. And I try to do different things and stuff on this channel. So I love anime, and that's one of my biggest parts of my geekdom. I really do enjoy watching different anime. So yeah, I want to do more and more with anime and stuff. So I'm gonna try my best to do some more stuff this year. So yeah. Again, thank you all for just jumping on and giving me a try. I really do appreciate it and appreciate all the love. Please do take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.